here we go. We are back for the first episode of the RazCast in how long?
Oh, it's been months.
Fuck, dude.
I think since August.
That's almost too long.
Well, this is the first
No, it's far
weekend
too long.
This is the first weekend I haven't had plans in like 2 months.
Yeah. Like, it's been a while since I've had free as well. I mean, I've been super freaking busy myself. I know you've been traveling. I've been traveling for work. Jesus. It's
That's the way it goes.
It's weird being back.
Well, I'm ready to be a piece of shit for the rest of the year, so I'll be around.
There you go. Me too, dude. I have so much vacation. I took off so much time.
I know. I'm so ready for it. Even starting this month, I have Thanksgiving weekend, which is like a 4-day weekend, and I'm taking off Thursday, Friday, the weekend before. So the second half of this weekend, I have 2 4-day weekends.
No shit.
And then going into like December, I'm taking off like the whole second half of that month.
Oh, so hell yeah, dude. Yeah, like I have oh my god, I have so much vacation. I think I have something like 5 weeks of vacation that I scheduled from now until
it's the holidays.
End of the
Just
year.
take shit off.
Yeah, my boss was just like, yeah, just take like pretty much the rest of the year off, and I was like, okay, sounds good.
Yeah, that's the best part about being an adult.
Yeah,
and not working retail.
Oh my god. Well,
I know. I remember those days in like college when it's like they gave you blackout and shit, and like you couldn't take any time off in December.
Dude,
and stuff. Like,
I know, and now
I
it's like
have nightmares.
No, nothing's
that,
gonna
dude.
be going on. So like, just take it. Like, you shouldn't even be working that week. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Now as an adult, you realize like, oh yeah, nobody works during this shit, and it's like,
yeah,
right, it's great.
God,
I know. It's
like
an unspoken thing.
Dude.
It's like Friday emails, like afternoon. Like no one works on Fridays afternoon.
Oh, it's like
a weird industry.
So for me, like I'm in the real corporate world, and so it's like you'll have like these new up and coming like employees that are trying to like become managers and like higher
They're not
up
dead
and stuff.
inside yet. They still
No.
want to be there.
And they're so excited. And you're always like, yeah, just set some time up with me on my calendar, whatever the case is. And they're like, yeah, sure. 4:30 to 5 p.m. Friday afternoon. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Decline
I'm not,
so
absolutely
fast.
not. Get at me at Monday like a normal human.
Anything after 12, don't even bother. Don't even fucking bother.
I'm looking at TikToks the rest of the day. Nothing's going on.
Dude, like legit. I'm out of here. Like, don't even. Yeah, no, that's exactly it. But anyway, let's get to our topic. I know it's been a while, and I mean, Fresh and I usually we did talk like every day, and we've just been so busy. So I haven't talked to you other than like yesterday, right? For the yesterday or 2 days ago for the PTE.
Yeah, maybe we chat here and there, but nothing like it usually is.
I know. So I missed you. So we got to catch up and we'll chat. So we're here for Hella Loose, right? If you guys are brand new to the RazCast, welcome back for season 3 of the RazCast. RazCast is a podcast we run Saturdays.
Not every Saturday, but Saturdays, plural.
We're gonna try to do it every Saturday, like we used to. Season 3. We talk primarily about Hella Loose, but we also do have like some World War II historians or some different things pop up here and there if there's something cool. I do have something cool planned that has nothing to do with gaming. Hopefully it works out. We'll see. But it'll be a fun podcast regardless. But yeah, honestly, it's been a long time, but I feel like not a lot has changed. Like with Hella Loose.
I mean, just a lot and not a lot. I don't know. I don't even know what anything is anymore.
Yeah.
So when was the last time we talked? August? Was that the last time we did this? For sure. So I mean,
has it been that long? Holy shit.
Yes, I mean we've had 2 patches since then. Did we do one in September? I honestly can't remember.
I want to say we did one like the first week of September, and then that's actually one I never posted. So sorry, YouTube. I just got busy and I just couldn't. But yeah, so really, unfortunately, like nothing major has changed. I mean, we've had 2 patches. We've had the night maps come in this most recent patch, which is 14.4.
Yes.
Before that, we had 14.2, 14.3, and 14.4. So I think there's been 3 patches.
I can't even remember what 14.2 was at this point.
14.2, I think they took away the diving. 14.3, they added the diving, and then 14.4, they added the night maps, or was that where the diving was? I can't remember.
No, diving just came back this last update.
Okay, so 14.4.
It's all fucked up.
Yeah. So Um, 14.3, in my opinion.
We're supposed to be the experts on this.
Yeah, I
We're,
know.
we're sitting here like
I don't
trying to
I
figure
don't
out
have
what
any
the fuck
no
is
like
going
it's
on.
just like okay, so from then till now nothing has changed. The only thing that's changed in Hella Loose is literally just diving. And I think that's it.
Oh God. Okay. So let's just go let's just go back
It's
to
like
the last patch.
fuck.
We're gonna
All right.
start 14.4.
Oh, terrible.
Or no, 14. Wait, what? I don't
I
know.
know.
Yeah,
When is
whatever the
update
last patch
15
was.
coming out? Am I right?
Oh my God! Someone in chat correct us for the love of God. We're already off the rails. It's been 5
Jesus.
minutes.
Oh, the Panther reload change. That's what happened. Yeah, so the Panther reload change, that was great. So if you guys don't know, the Panther was what 2 seconds faster, right, than every
Yep.
other heavy tank. And so now
Yes.
they brought the Panther back to 8 seconds, which is standard with everything, which is something
Yes.
we've been begging for forever.
Yes.
And the Panther's great. Like it's still really good. And so like why was that ever the case? I don't know. I mean, they changed that. Great. But
Yeah.
now the Churchill.
So I will say before we while we talk about the Churchill, I got DMs from somebody, and I'm not gonna tell who it was or anything, but I can safely say right now the Churchill mobility, the Churchill reload speed, the hitbox, everything, it's already being known issues being worked on. So I don't know if we want to waste time talking about that because it's all gonna be fixed apparently from what I was told. I can
Good.
tell you who off stream Raz, but
I know. Yeah, I know who
it's
it
straight,
is.
I straight from the source.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
the
good.
Churchill is not done in this PT, so I don't know how much time I
Good.
want to spend talking on it.
Yeah, so I guess let's talk about like 14.3. I mean, that's kind of like the furthest back I can remember. And I think that was probably, in my opinion, the best patch that Hell Loose has had
Yes. Okay,
in the
it's all
last
coming back
year.
now. Yes. So performance wise, that was the best
Correct.
Hell at Roos's run for me.
Ever.
Forever. I don't know about ever, but as long
Well,
as I can remember.
since T17. Like
Yeah, there was hardly any stutters. Everything loaded great. It was smooth. It was good. I couldn't tell you what came content wise in that patch, but I just remember playing it and I'm like, oh, this is really good. Everything's really
uh
smooth and everything.
that was the loadout bug fix, I think, right?
No, this last one was a loadout bug fix.
God, they all blur together now. I
I
like
know. Well, they're coming fast is the thing. It's once a month.
yeah, I
Yeah.
guess that's the case. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. My biggest problem is just like, where's the new content? Like I'm glad that
Yeah.
they've gone ahead and gone back and fixed a lot of stuff. Don't get me wrong. I think 14.3 was the best patch Hell Loose has had in reference to performance. It completely changed it and literally got rid of all of the stutters for me. Like I would
Yes.
have maybe one stutter a
Yeah.
playthrough for
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
4-hour session. That's about all it changed. Great.
Yeah, I agree. I think so.
Awesome.
I can't remember anything else noticeable that changed with
That's
that.
it.
Yeah.
14.4, which is the dark maps. So the new maps are Carentan and SME. That's a brand new patch that came out last week, right? Last week now?
That was a couple weeks ago now, right? It's been, whatever.
Whenever it came out.
I
Recently.
digress.
14.4.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
recent. It was last month.
Dude, so my experience, and I haven't been playing too much. My experience terrible. Like this is so bad in my opinion that the stutters are back to like originally when the stutters were terrible. I quite literally counted how many stutters I had in 1 minute, and I had like in 60 seconds I had 20 stutters. And this is just running in the middle of nowhere. Like not running in the middle of battle, just running in the middle of nowhere, trying to get to battle, like 20 stutters. And I don't know what's going on. It's like, what did they change? I don't get it.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, okay, I'll put my soapbox down for a second and get up here. So it's like with this recent patch, before I rip into this shit, Hell Let Loose is still like when it hits, it's still one of the best games.
Agreed.
World War II FPS there. So it's like that's very important to make note of this. When everything's working right, this game is phenomenal. It's like nothing else. But this last patch is like the first time overall what I take away from it. This is the first patch where I'm like, oh fuck. Can Team 17 or not? I guess I should point the finger in the correct place. Can Expression Games actually do this game, because this is the first time I'm like starting to lose faith and don't think they're competent enough in this, because this is the first time where the games, they roll out the patch and it's like, oh yeah, GTX servers can't play it. We have to roll it back. Let's try this again. Patch comes out. We have to go so far to find a fucking workaround to get this game to run on our server. And it's like, okay, that's strike one, the fact that this game wants to fight us that badly. And then we get in there, and since that patch has hit, I have had numerous crashes. I have to reset my settings every time I load in, and it's just like it's just a nightmare. This game is now fighting me to play it, and it's like the first time this has ever happened. I'm like, okay, performance wise, like I'm struggling to even get in here. And then once I'm in, the stutters are back. For me, they're not as bad as they used to be, but they're still bad. Worse than they were in 14.3, which is my main takeaway. So it's like, you know, you can't go backwards. There's no going back. And on top of that, the main thing was, okay, we're going to bring the diving back. Dude, this is the second attempt at it, and it's still buggy as shit. So it's like now we're fixing fixes from fixes that just came out when we should be doing other things and fixing metas and other core gameplay problems. And it's like we're wasting time on this, and that's not great. And then it's like on top of that, you got the bugs of people flying around and shit, and Spider-Man crawling up walls and stuff, and it's nothing good there. But I mean, like I said, when everything works, it's great. But at the same time, all this stuff coming out is just like it's one step forward, two steps backwards in a lot of ways, and it's just not good to see in that, because it's just a fucking roller coaster, dude. Like 14.3 came out, we're all just living the dream. 14.4 comes out, it's fucking terrible. And then we just did the PT for 14.5, and now my hope's back again. And I'm like, dude, Hell Loose cannot keep playing with my emotions like this. It's like a fucking roller coaster here. And this last patch was the first one where I'm like, okay, they might be in over their heads. Where my current mindset is, I don't even want to judge 14.5 until that's out. But where I'm at right now with the game is like, okay, they need to stop touching this shit. Just, we're so far into the game's life cycle. We can't be wasting our time on this stuff. You got to go to the core gameplay metas. You got to start releasing new content. This game is living off of no competition. There's nothing else to play right now for its player base. People keep coming back to it because, like I said, when it hits, it hits. But at the same time, its saving grace is there's literally nowhere else for people to go and find another game to play that's similar to this or in any sort of the way at the moment. So, yeah, I mean, they're lucking out, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know what the fuck these people are thinking, Raz.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, so that was perfect. Like, so admittedly, let me so I know a lot of people like talk about us as kind of like, hell loose simps, right? I have been so sick and tired of hell loose for the past like 2 to 3 months for the exact same reason. And like again, prefacing all of this, Fresh and I mean, I have 2.8k hours, which I did the math, and somewhere around 3 months of game time in this game for the past 3 years. Like, I played this game more than I've played any other game ever I've had, period. I love this game. Everything I say is from like, absolute passion, because I really care about the game, and I really care about like the life cycle of the game. Absolutely, though. I think that we are so let me kind of bring us back. Black Matter has the game. They sell the game about 2 years ago now. 2.
Yeah, I mean, it's been like it's almost a year now since Team 17 took over.
A year?
I feel like that's when it officially traded hands. Yeah, because there was like a whole transition period where Black Matter was still working on it.
I don't know, man. I think it's been 2 years. I'm almost certain. So, regardless, like a year or 2 years, right? So, Black Matter would put out at least 1 to 2 maps, or 2 to 4 in some instances, every single year, right? And like every update, yeah, they were pretty far apart, like maybe like 4 to 6 months, but they would have new content regularly, and on top of that new content, they would have fixes, right? For whatever the case is. I get it. Like there were some dark times for sure, right? But like everything would get fixed, and it wasn't like we would have to roll anything back. It would get fixed, and we keep moving forward. And if there's an issue, yeah, there would be a quick hot fix, whatever the case is, like, a month or 2 later. Great. It's been almost 2 years. We have not gotten one map that Team 17 has done at all. And then like I get it, like regardless of if the fact that like the British update had a lot of issues with it. Absolutely, I get it, but like it was to the point clearly where it was ready to almost be rolled out as is, right? And so even if there was some refinement to do, we've already had it for like what, like almost a year. Like update 14. I don't know how long update 14's been out, but quite a while. Not really anything has been fixed. The PTE, yeah, there's some aspects of it, but it's like it's only one map. We haven't even added the other tank for the other thing. They've added one tank, the Churchill, right? And the Churchill itself was technically already in the game. Like there's no like it wasn't in the game. It was already in the game. Now, I'll have you remember flashback to the roadmap, right? The roadmap was mentioning that every year we would have an entire new almost faction, right? With entire new guns, entire new tanks. They have not added one gun to the game. That wasn't already something that Black Matter has been doing, except the SMLE Mark 1, which I assume is, I'll be honest, I think Black Matter probably already had that and they just hadn't come out with it. But that's it. Like they haven't come out with any new content at all. Like there's no new vehicles. How do they expect to be able to do 1 year of the war at all if it's been almost 2 years where they haven't been able to come out with anything at all? And on top of that, we're still going back and fixing a lot of the old issues. So I'm right there with you, Fresh. Like, I'm really confident that Expression, unfortunately, like, again, there may be some issue with, like, the management there. Like, they just
100%.
cannot execute. Like they could be the best workers ever.
This reeks of poor management, dude. Whoever's running Expression Games is like, just they don't care about how it lose. I'll say that straight out. I mean,
like,
that's just an assumption.
Where's this guy been?
Yeah,
guy or girl? Yeah. I don't know who is like Expression, but like, and on top of that though, Team 17 is not out of the water either, because Team 17, right, as the publisher, also has the responsibility to make sure Expression is executing.
So yeah, like, they're funding it. That's bad on them for not realizing where their money's going. You know, if you're funding a game that you're publishing, you want to know what the plan is. So it's just piss poor management all around when it comes to Hell Loose, which is a shame. You know, it makes you really wonder like what these people are doing with their time and what the overall plan is. We still haven't even gotten a roadmap yet after they shit can the other one. So it's a bummer, man. It makes you worry about the future of this game. And you know, we're sitting here talking how it's all doom and gloom, but the ironic thing is, if they buckle down, there's still time to turn it around. I mean, there's no competition for this game for a few months at least.
I mean,
until Burning Lands comes out, so we'll all sit here and continue to fucking suffer and grind it out for those little moments, dude.
Yeah, I really think like I think at the moment they haven't said anything about the roadmap. Right, Team 17 having layoffs is not a great thing either.
No, that's really foreboding.
We know for sure that Wombat Medic is in that realm of like potentially being gone, right? Mm-hmm. We know, we don't know if that also translates to Expression Games. I have no idea, as they're, Team 17's funding the project. I don't know. But Team 17 losing all their quality assurance team, that's already happened. So, like, I mean, this is a direct, reflection of that, like quite literally. Yeah. So like, imagine a life without Wombat Medic. Like,
oh, dude, we've lived that. It's back to the dark ages.
You're gonna get briefings.
We'll get dev briefings, but they'll be far and few, and they'll be like, we're not gonna have, we're spoiled. We see a lot of behind the scenes, more than people know. There's gonna be no more of that. So unfortunately, it's like, everyone's going to be in the dark. Anyone that's been around Hell Loose before Team 17 took over, they're well aware what's coming if something happens to Wombat.
And the thing is,
Hell Loose be back to the dark ages.
Doesn't have any promo. Like, there's no promo. The only promo they do on Hell Loose is us, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like the war correspondents are people that make content. Like, that's how they get the word out there.
It's a shame too, because Black Matter put out some fucking banger trailers.
Yeah,
dude.
Agreed. Yeah. Well, I mean, I get it why they don't want to put any more trailers out, I'm sure. But
they should go back to what was doing them before, because they killed it.
It was on Max.
The Russian trailer. Go back and watch that Russian trailer, dude. It was fucking good.
Yeah.
So I mean, if they can do that stuff again. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, and I want to preface too, Fresh Baked Goods and I, we don't like being super negative. Like I hate doing this, but I
Yeah.
think we need to hold people accountable. Like at the end of the day, like nothing's getting done. If they
Yeah.
have one map for the rest of next year, Hallelujah will die. Like
Oh yeah. Yeah. No,
you
they
cannot
have
have any content.
they have until Burning Lands comes out, and if Burning Lands is good, you're gonna see a dramatic shift in player base go over there because it's new, and if they can keep people, they're gonna steal a chunk. So I mean, it is what it is. It's hard to say, but you know, I guess we should kind of transition over to the PTE at this
Yeah,
point,
yeah. I
because
mean,
if we're gonna have to start talking about the future of this game because we got a preview of it.
yeah, so
Um,
if you guys don't know, on YouTube or Spotify or even on Twitch, the PTE. So what a PTE is a playtest environment. Typically, it's meant to go ahead and test new features, not necessarily new content. But this PTE did have some new content on it. It's a playtest environment. It's a separate download of Hell Loose. If you want, you're more than welcome to go ahead and download it and play it when there's a new PTE. They're typically announced on the Hell Loose Discord, so make sure you
mhm.
keep your eyes out. And if you do care about Hell Loose, it is a great way to go ahead and test and give actual feedback for new updates. And I strongly recommend it. Like we all try it every single time, regardless if there's new content or not. So that's just kind of a insight into what the PT is. But go ahead, Fresh.
Yeah. So I mean, I know you had a completely different experience than I did with the PTE, but like I was saying, I don't want to sit here and talk about performance and shit with the PT because that's just who knows how it's gonna patch will perform when it comes out. It could come out and we could go through the same shit again of it not working and crashes and whatnot. But as far as content goes, they are finally delivering on something that a lot of people have been asking for in a while. Granted, it's only on LL main, but the idea of sub factions and loadouts that are restricted to map and a focus on bolt action, there's stuff here that people have been asking for a while that I think is going to please a lot of
Yeah.
people. I played a lot of the British. The SME was feeling great. The new Thompson fucking rips.
That
The Br-
SMLE is the best sounding gun in Hell Loose.
dude,
I
yeah,
think that
yeah.
is the best sounding gun, period. But it's weird
It's
at
like
third person. Like third person, it sounds
yeah,
the same
yeah,
as it
yeah.
does in game now. But first person, it's a completely different audio.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's the I had issues with the Bren. The Bren shot high for me for some reason. I don't know. So that needs to be looked at. But LL Main Dusk, the map still you're still gonna get fucking railed by MG42s, but it plays better than the day a little bit. But I mean, it's hard to tell until it hits live servers and everyone wants to try and win a game and stuff and that. But the PT was promising. It really was. It really fucking was. It took them a while to get here. It feels like some things like the Churchill was very last minute, but that's a good sign. I don't know what to think anymore. So this game is a roller coaster of emotions. But I will say, it's like playing the PTE and you want a hell it loose moment, dude. You get three dudes in short shorts and they're all rocking Thompsons with a drum mag, and you're just raiding runes. It's like a murder squad. It's fantastic. It's like a peak hell it loose moment right there. Um, but if they can implement this to other parts of the game and put a focus on these loadouts and vehicles and restrict them to map, I think it's going to be good for the game. I think a lot of people are going to enjoy this because the fact that you had so many SLMEs going up against like Car 98s, it was so much fun. It was so much fun not having to worry about the G43s and STGs and stuff. So it's a really good sign. It took them fucking forever to get one map done, so God knows how long it'll take us to get more of this stuff. But yeah, I mean, so there was some good there. Then there was some not so great too. Like you and I were talking, it's like you were getting stuck on some rocks and shit running around. And I was too, but you know, the point is there's some good there, but at the same time, some of it does feel like really last minute. It feels like rushed. It feels like, oh shit, we gotta like get some shit together here because people are starting to get pissed.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so I
Um,
mean, and it is what it is, but yeah.
some of the new stuff from the PTE, if you didn't try it, like as Fresh alluded to, so they have the Churchill. The Bren gun itself does have a bipod. You said the STG, right? The STG and the Gewehr are gone for now. Like the reason being is because now instead of you playing as German or British, you play as the specific faction that actually was at that battle. So it's like I forget whatever. It like tells you the specific faction of the German army and the specific faction of the British military that were there, which is cool. The sub factions. So the classes are a little bit different. The SMLE is just absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Such and the bolting of that gun too, super fast. So it does feel like the actual SMLE. Where before that gun was so well, it's not the exact gun, but like the variants, they were so slow at bolting, like
Yeah.
terrible at bolting. The Thompson, I so I
It
did
might be too
not
strong.
like
It
it.
might be it
Yeah,
might be a little too strong. We'll see. That's one of those things where it's like I don't know how it's gonna fare until we get a real 100-person server and you got MG42s on every cliff, raining down, and it's like maybe the Thompson will even that out, but I don't think it's so overpowered to where they need to look at now. I think it's a wait and see situation.
yeah.
Just
I
because
think
the two maps they have. Oh, I mean the only map I don't think it's not gonna be on drill until part 2 if it even goes there. But I think it might be a good balancer for all the MG42s on the fucking main. We'll see
I
because
don't
everything
know.
goes against them on that map, so it might be a
Yeah,
little. It might be an unintentional balance there.
the Thompson, in my opinion, is just too strong. Playing, so I played a good while on the Germans. Fresh was just shredding me, but like Fresh was so far that like I
Dude,
could
that's
see
the
him and
headshot
start zooming
machine.
in, and it was just like he would just shoot to the point where I wasn't even counting. Like it was like 10, 15 seconds of
Yeah.
full suppression from a mile out. And I'm like, you might as well just have like, why would you even use an MG? You wouldn't. Like, you just use a Thompson running around.
Oh, so good.
So I think the suppression needs to be like have a huge drop off at a certain range. First off,
Yeah, yeah.
um, maybe the damage itself. Well, the damage I think is okay. It's just the headshots themselves.
Yeah, you get some headshots on
The
that too.
bullets
The
feel like they're
the
massive.
level 9 assault with that thing is fucking filthy, dude. It gives you a satchel charge with it.
Yeah, dude, it's
It's
crazy.
crazy good.
But the teams felt a lot more balanced this time as compared to like normal, where the British are just always
Yeah.
losing. Like it was very back and forth. And
Yeah.
then we went, and the game after you left, I played as the British, and it did go to like 80 or 90 players.
Yeah.
And the British were really good. Like I mean, we won, so it
You
was
know,
like a decent like back and forth.
I will say this. The bottom line I took away from that PT is the British faction was fun to play. And that was like hard stop. That's all I could ask for.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't,
yeah.
that's because it just generally wasn't fun before. And
The
that's all I
outfits are
want from my
great.
video games.
The
Yeah,
the
dude,
British
it's great.
outfits are really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, let me give some feedback. Whoever the fucking designer is that does the UI or the loadout page, why the fuck would that also be night? Like, I get it's a night map. Put like a fake light on there so I can see the character model. That shit is just completely like it's like completely dark. I can't see the fucking body until I
never
go in the game and
That's
like
classic Team 17. I never got why
what
they
is
changed that in
that?
the first place,
Like
dude.
even the
I mean,
lobby,
we're going
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I never got why they changed that in the
God.
first place.
That's
It was
so
just them changing
stupid.
because it changed it.
That's so stupid. Like it just doesn't make sense why it's completely pitch black. Like I can't like you have such cool models. I want to see them. Why can't
Yeah.
I see them? But yeah, like the British outfits look great. There is some issues, and again, keep in mind it's PTE, so it's not supposed to be perfect. I get it. It's just a test. There's some issues with like the German loadouts and like specifically the helmets are all missized and some of them didn't have the assets themselves. But like the outfits look good. Like they were decent. So
Yeah.
I have nothing wrong to say about them. I mean, we only had like one outfit. I guess that was good, but it'd be nice
Yeah.
to have some sort of variation. Like I don't care if you have one outfit, but you have like 3 or 4 different variations with maybe like like cut off sleeves or whatever the case is. Like make it somewhat realistic so everyone's not exactly the same. But I don't
I
know.
mean, again, this goes back to like, what the fuck are they doing with their time? Like,
Bruh.
obviously, this is all good, but this feels like it should be minimal. Like, it
But
feels
like
like, but they've been working on
you
this
have
for
a map.
months.
You have a
They've been
map
working on this for
that's
months,
already
and
a made
this is the
map.
most they did.
You decrease the lighting and you
Yeah.
change the skybox, and that's it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
there's no way that takes 6 months. There's no
No,
way.
no, no.
Like
I have no idea what these guys are doing with their time, and it's
yeah.
like, it's absurd, really. If because they
Um
probably have what, like
yeah.
40, 50 people in that studio. It's a full fucking studio,
Easily.
man. And this is
Easily.
this is what we got.
Black
It's
Matter
like
had
there
what,
should
15?
Yeah, there should be
If
more.
that.
There really needs to be more, and it's just not.
Oh, you want a
I don't
hot
know.
take? You want a hot take real quick? All
Okay.
right. Hot take. I've been thinking about this and sitting on this for a while. Carentan Night is a shit map.
Oh, I don't know.
However,
I haven't played it enough
however,
yet.
Carentan itself is a good map. It's just a shit night map. There's they literally, and quote me if I'm wrong, like you can fact check this. They all they did was turn the lights down. That's it.
Yeah, and
It,
fog.
however, if you go to Foy, like they added some lights, like there's ambient lighting. Even the fire has more ambient lighting. You go around like even like the little towns you go into, like in Foy, there's lighting on the ground. Like there's a lot of different variations. You go into Carentan, it's all the exact same lights that are not on, and the fire, like the rain of ambient fire, there's no ambient lighting on them at all. They turned the lights down, changed the skybox, added fog. That's it. You can't tell me that takes more than like a
Well,
month,
no, that's what I'm saying.
if that.
All the work the teams have been doing. Some like I just preached how good they're doing with these sub factions and shit. But at the same time, it really feels everything they do right now feels so last minute. It feels like if I'm doing like I feel like I'm back in college doing a paper before class, dude.
Yeah,
Like it
yeah.
feels like everything just feels so rushed for some reason. It's like I don't get it. I don't know what these people are doing with their time. It's just everything feels like, oh shit, we got what due in 2 weeks? Like, dude, put some fog on that bitch and crank it out. They'll love it.
Yeah, like literally. Now I will
Yeah,
say,
yeah.
PTE though, the flare, the green flare, that
Mhm.
had a lot more ambient lighting. That actually looked really good because normally, like when you pop your flare up in any night map or any map at all, you see the
Mhm.
red like
Yeah, yeah,
cast all over.
the red
The
pops, yeah.
green doesn't. But in this,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
green was popping. It was actually really cool looking. There was one where me and Alpine were fighting over top of that main hill on LMA, and I popped it up, and the whole area lit green. It was really cool. More of that. But yeah, Carentan, dude, Carentan Night, like there's no ambient lighting at all.
It's just foggy.
It is foggy. Like you walk around, pay attention next time you play Carentan Night. Walk around the town, look at all the lights. They're all the same lights, and there's not one that's on
Mhm.
at all. Jericho says, you guys may remember, but do you remember objective flares being promised with the night maps way back?
I mean,
Hold
well,
on.
there's a lot of stuff promised.
Remember
That's
the whole
like
roadmap?
yeah, yeah. There's a stuff. I mean, dude, yeah. There's a lot of hell loose things that were promised that we're never gonna see. And there's still
Yeah.
shit that was made that, like, Razna, like I said, Razna are very privileged to see behind the scenes a lot,
Yes.
through the DMs. I mean, I'd be lied if I said, before Team 17, there was a whole fucking proposed change to Purple Heart Lane that was like almost done that never got released. Shit like that, dude. Like,
Like
there's a lot
it
of
was
stuff.
done.
It was done, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Like, there's a lot of stuff in Hell Loose that just for some reason just doesn't come out, doesn't get worked on, gets promised. I
And it
don't.
was like done in his spare time.
Dude,
Like, and that's like, why isn't that?
this game needs to be like a case study for like how to not manage something. Like
Yeah.
it's so fucked up. Whoever's in charge of this
I,
shit.
yeah, like the Purple Heart Lane vote map was what, like
I
two,
saw that
three
happen.
months,
I'm like,
two, three
it's
months
already
ago?
done. They could just release
Yeah.
that, and it just died.
There's no way. Like, all you have to do with Carentan is literally just get rid of all of the trenches, make those where you could walk through all of them, and
Are
then
you talking
add
about
maybe
Purple Heart
another.
Lane or
Yeah.
Carrington?
Oh, sorry, Purple Heart Lane. Like,
Yeah.
get rid of all the trenches that you could fall through. Make all of them that you could walk through. Like, honestly, just make them all that you could walk through. Expands the play of the map. Like Drill, right? You could walk over the thing. It makes it so it's a good map. That's literally it. Maybe add like a couple buildings here and there. Done.
Yeah, I mean, I still
Done.
love Purple Heart Lane, but it needs some
I think the
TLC to make it a fucking amazing
night
map.
versus day doesn't make sense.
I don't play
Like,
Purple Heart Night. It's
like
fucking dumb.
it's
All
Purple
it
Heart
is
Lane
you
with
just
fog.
yeah, yeah,
That's
it's
it.
just dumb. It's dumb to play that map all
No,
night.
like
You're putting
they
people
should
at a
just take
disadvantage to
day
everyone that's turning their brightness up for
and
no
just turn it
reason.
day. Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know. I don't know.
Dude, Purple Heart Lane Offensive is a banger because it's during
Oh
the day.
yeah, yeah. I love
Yeah.
Purple Heart Lane. Like, I know it's
Yeah.
common to people don't like it, but
Yeah.
I love it. I think it's great. And if you get rid of artillery, that'd be
Okay, wait, we're getting
fantastic.
off track here. Wait,
Yeah,
what are
sorry,
we doing?
sorry,
Wait,
sorry.
what are we talking about? We're talking about
So
the PT.
Yeah,
We're-
PT.
yeah.
I know. And I was talking about my hot take on night maps.
Yeah, okay.
Carentan ship night map. SME. It's okay. It's all
Dude,
right.
the
fog is nice.
You're gonna keep talking about this stuff. We want to talk about it. Are we trying to
know.
stay focused? Or you want me to just keep
All right.
talking?
All right. PTE. So what else about the PTE? So I played 2 rounds of PTE. It was okay. I got stutters again, like always. I
Yeah,
played.
you were getting it worse than I was, though. I gotta say, I was not getting it that bad,
It was
but
better than 14.4. I will say
dude,
that.
14.4,
14.4, like it's terrible at the moment.
it's
But
fucking
it was
awful.
it was in the middle of 14.4 to 14.3 for me. Like I was getting stutters, but not nearly as much as I'm getting right now.
Yeah, yeah.
But my experience, I didn't really play like a full game the first time. It was okay. I mean, the teams definitely seemed balanced. I was
It's
getting killed
it's
constantly by
it's
Tommies.
hard it's hard to talk about that kind of stuff because you don't know because it's PTE and it's like
Yeah.
fucking everyone's just
the
goofing
The
around.
second game though was pretty
Yeah,
good. Like we did sniper. There were some really good sniper engagements. Like you can still see fairly far even with the night.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
I like the skybox, but I don't know if I don't know if I like the way it casts lighting on the ground. I just feel like it's very, I don't know, like very flat lighting. I would like more
Yeah.
dynamic. Offensive, again, every offensive map has great lighting, I would say. Every single one.
Okay,
Very dynamic.
am I going crazy here? I know it used to happen, but I don't know if it's still in the game. I feel like Hell Loose used to have like rolling clouds on maps and stuff. Do they still have that?
I
Like, I feel like I haven't seen it in a
Oh,
while
yeah,
where you're
yeah,
sitting
yeah,
there, it would
yeah.
get a little
You're
dark
right.
because the cloud would go in front of the sun and stuff or something. Is that still part of the game? Or is that
We've
gone?
been playing a lot of night maps, so I don't
That's the only
know,
life I
but
know, Raz.
yeah. But day, I'm pretty sure it still happens. I know for sure in SME it happens. I don't
Yeah.
know since the last updates
I
if it
feel like
still
that would be
happens.
really cool in that map for
Yeah.
Main Dusk. Like if
Y-
like all of a sudden it gets a little brighter and then goes back to being dark.
Sorry, I'm gonna add a quick funny story because like I just kind
Yeah.
of thought about this. So like we're talking about night maps, we're talking about lighting and stuff. So if you didn't know, you're welcome. I fixed Hill 400, no, Herkin Forest. I fixed Herkin Forest for everyone. By the way, did I tell you about this story?
Oh, the sun was in the wrong direction or some shit.
Yeah. So and this is like how easy it is in the game to change the lighting. Like literally. Okay. So I was doing some footage of Herkin Forest one day, and I was doing admin cam, and I was looking around, and I was like looking at the sun because I was like, oh, that's really cool. Like there's some planes fighting or whatever the case is. And then I kind of looked down. I was like, wait a second. Like the sun's there, and the shadows are like going towards the sun. So weird. And you would only notice it in admin cam. You wouldn't really notice it when you're running around, right? So I noticed it. I took a picture of it. I sent it to the Black Matter devs back in the day, and literally within like a week, it was fixed. He's like, "Oh yeah, it's done." Good.
Yeah.
Now what?
Telling
A
you,
year
man.
later,
Last minute. Everything's last
we have
minute.
night maps. Like it's got to be a slider. Like there's no way in Unreal there is a slider that has to turn down the
It's
lighting.
a fucking panic
That's
move,
it.
is what it is. It's a
That's
panic
it.
move.
Like there's no way. There's no way.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like I really question if this team can handle a game like Hell Let Loose. Like I really,
God.
really question it. And
It's up in the air right now. This is the most up in air it's ever been, I would think.
yeah, and if God forbid, like the community manager steps away or they get let go, like I really, really, really doubt that we would be able to continue doing interviews with devs. Like
Oh
I
God,
almost
no.
that will never happen again. And I know that's
No,
like
no.
for me, and I know for a lot of people reading the comments, oh, like that dev brief, like or that dev interview reinvigorated my hope for the game. Blah blah blah. Like I don't think that'll happen ever again.
No.
So
There's gonna be a lot of stuff that doesn't happen.
yeah. So I don't know, man. Like I really I told you I was cautiously optimistic after that. It was a lot to promise, and still nothing has
Oh
been
man. I would kill to be a
done.
fly in the wall of expression games.
Yeah. I
Yeah, I would
really
kill to be in those rooms and like hear the conversations happening and like what they're working on and stuff.
like I don't know, like at my job, if I get a task or a request or a job to do, right? Like I have X amount of days to do it. That's it. It's just I get coding takes a while, like for sure. But how long? Like I mean, I know it takes 8 months to make a map. It's been 2 years. We have no new maps. All we have to look forward to basically is the skirmish and the other one. Sabotage is it?
Well,
Like,
Mortaine's confirmed, so we can talk about that. But, I mean, we don't know
well, and
anything
they have
about
that
it
other
yet.
map too, with the skirmish map, like the very small
Oh,
skirmish map.
yeah, I don't know.
That, yeah,
I'm
but
not.
like,
I'm not holding my breath for any of that shit.
oh god, I have a bad feeling about Mortaine. I don't know.
We'll see. I mean, that's gonna be the next big thing. We'll see.
Oh jeez, I don't know. And the sabotage game mode. What is it? Brecourt, right? Like based on the.
Who knows? I think it was Winston did a lot of digging or found some shit, a bunch of different
Well,
maps.
oh okay. I only know about Brecourt because that's, I mean, that's what the
There
trailer
was a
was.
Brecourt in there, but there was a bunch of other shit too. He found like a bunch. It seems like if they release it, they're gonna have a few options, like one at least one for each faction.
They
But I
have
mean,
to do 50
this
versus
is all
50.
assumptions.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like they have
I
to do
don't
50
fucking know.
versus 50. I don't see how they would possibly do anything other than 50 versus 50. Like
Yeah.
killing the player count, having to kick what 20, 30 people out of the server. It's terrible. Like
Oh
I
yeah,
don't know.
they're not. I don't think there's any smaller shit coming out or anything.
Oh, you
Who
get
knows?
the map list in the Discord. You found
It
that
was a
on
while
like
ago.
where do you find that battle metrics or whatever?
Oh, I don't know. You found a bunch of stuff.
But yeah.
He always
Anyway,
turns up.
PTE. What do you rate it out of 10?
Um, God, I don't know. It's hard. Because I mean, as far as like content goes, like the actual sub factions, the new guns, the tank's not done, so it's hard for me to rate it. Am I hopeful? Yeah, I'd say so. More hopeful than I was before playing it, but um, God, I can't give it a rating, Raz. I don't know. It depends. There's too many fucking things up in the air because it's like
But
obviously the
like
tank isn't
think about it
finished.
though,
The
Fresh.
map isn't
Like
great.
there's so many things they have to work on. That update's supposed to come out this month.
Yeah, I think we still get it end of the month.
But from the quality that it should be versus the quality that it currently is,
Hey,
like,
I mean, it depends. Because
oh
I hate
man.
to judge it before it comes out. Because I played the PTE for fucking 14.4 and it felt fine. Then the actual patch came out. And now I hate my life again. And it's like,
Yeah, that's
well, I
true.
don't know. I don't want to sit here and tell people like this is good, this is great. But like, well, I don't
Yeah.
know. It depends. It really depends. I'm hopeful that it'll be okay, but it could launch and all of a sudden the servers don't work.
Again.
So it's
God.
like it's hard to say.
And then we remove diving again. And then you have to give
Yeah,
your
dude.
firstborn.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
Um
yeah.
yeah, I don't
There's
know,
some
man.
good stuff in there. There really is. There's some good stuff in this PT. There is. I can't sit here and say it's not all good because there really is some
Loadout
good stuff
bug.
in there.
I haven't had the loadout bug ever again.
I mean, that's in the last one. But
Yeah,
yeah, I
but
haven't had it
that's
either.
good, right?
It's gonna get overshadowed by all the bullshit, unfortunately.
What else is good?
Yeah.
it's like I'm always trying to find the good in things,
Yeah.
and like it's getting harder and harder for me to
Yeah.
find the
Yeah.
good in things
Well,
because it's just like
I'm really hesitant to sit here and tell everyone that everything's gonna be okay with the PT because, like I said, the patch
yeah.
could come out, it could be shit. But the content they had in the PT was good. Like it was good.
Oh, that's a huge thing. What
What?
Slim just said. Have you guys
Yeah.
had your loadouts and appearances reset randomly? That's been like
Not randomly. It's literally every time I load up the game
every
now.
time.
Every single time I load up the
Every
game.
Imagine any AAA publisher putting out a game that crashes constantly, that you have to reset your settings every time you load out the game.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not just loadouts and
That's
appearances.
insane.
It's game settings,
Everything.
video, and audio. So I have to
Everything.
reset. I have
Every
to
time.
change everything when I load it up.
Yeah. It's like
It-
that alone just would
It's
not
garbage.
fly in any,
Yeah.
like that is a basic necessity.
Yeah.
That's just frustrating me. I can't get over the fact that there's so many issues. It's like every time something comes out, there's another issue. I would love to speak to the devs and
I'm telling you,
hear
it's
their
all because they do it last minute. This has last minute and poor management written
yeah.
all over it.
What are they doing with their time? Like I don't
I don't know.
know. I have
Yeah.
no idea. Like there's no way that this has been something they've been working on for 6-7 months. Like there's no way. You have 50 people. Like
I
there's
too like to get paid to do nothing, so I know how it
God.
is.
Yeah, that's fair. But
But I
yeah,
don't put it out to fucking thousands of people. My work doesn't go out to thousands of people.
God, I just don't understand how like it's crazy to me that we haven't had a new map. Like I think that's what's crazy to me because they have 50 people or so, right? Like what are their map developers doing? What is their job for the past 12
Not making
months?
hell loose maps, that's for sure.
Like a month maybe to change the lighting.
Yeah.
I'm being very 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 like lenient on that. There's no way it takes.
I'd be curious to know. Like, I mean, we could probably. I know exactly who we can go to ask how long that would take
Yeah.
specifically. Yeah, I'm sure he would give us a really honest answer.
Yeah.
But
He's
I'm
good
sure we would.
people, but
Yeah. I'm sure it would
uh
not be something we want to hear.
but that's the thing. It's like there needs to be one like a direct way that we can contact the developers and like have an open source communication. And if Wombat, God forbid, does get laid off, like that is going to the dark ages. Like you're not going to hear anything.
Yeah.
And the last thing, like T17, have you ever watched that one video of that old guy and he's got a pistol on his hip and he's like trying to do like a quick shot or whatever and he shoots himself in the foot? That's the image I have of Team 17 right now in Expression Games. It's like we take 1 foot forward and it's like, guys, look at this. This is great. And then we fuck everything up and take 2 steps back constantly. I love Hella Loose. You have such an opportunity and it's so silly to fuck this up so bad. Like there's got to be a way that we can just rally it up. There's still time. But to your point, Fresh, like Burning Lands comes out, like even if Burning Lands isn't that great, I still think
It'll steal
it's
some people.
yeah,
It's no matter what, it's gonna hurt the player base of this game just because it's so similar. But I mean, that's who knows. There might be something that comes out of nowhere in those few months. But I mean, Hell Loose has banked on everything coming out and failing. So I mean, they're really fortunate for that.
dude.
But they still have time. They still have time. That's the craziest thing. They still have fucking time after all these screw ups. They still have time to turn this game around. Do I think they will? Probably not. But you know, anything's possible.
If I was Team 17 CEO, I would go right over to Expression Games and be like, you need to draw me a
Dude.
roadmap for the next 6 months and make sure you have a minimum of 3 maps come out.
And then I'd
Period.
leave an upper decker in the bathroom on the way out and be like, fucking clean it up.
Yeah. Like, what do you think they could do in the next year that would reinvigorate the player base, bring people back, and keep the game alive without? I'm taking you like let me preface too. Like this is assuming that nothing goes wrong. Like you have to fucking nail this. No terrible issues.
Dude,
like game breaking bugs.
Unbelievably simple. You have to accept some things. Like stop focusing on dive to prone, sprint speed, all that shit. Just accept it for what it is.
NVIDIA filters. Go on.
NVIDIA filters. I don't care about any of that shit anymore, dude. I don't care. Just accept it for what it is. Like you need to fucking focus on cranking out maps. You need to update 1 per quarter. So you need at least one new map a quarter. You have to figure out what new faction you want next year. And then you just have to fucking get to work on core gameplay metas. You can't be fucking around with this shit. It takes too much time. You just have to accept there's faults somewhere in the game. You know, vaulting's fucked up, but we'll live with it. I could live with it if they're like, okay, we're gonna get to work on the RD recon meta right now. Like I'll take some fucking shitty vaulting. I don't care. So I mean, it's like they just have to accept that they're incapable of making this game what they want it to be. I'm thinking like these guys are sitting there thinking they can do all this shit and they can't, and they need to accept that, and they got to get to work on the real issues, and they got to just spend some time on that, and they need to crank some content out. Because if they don't, then it's like we're gonna keep getting more of the same. We're just gonna get stuck and just fucking it's not a good look, and it's a real simple answer. They just have to do things instead of wasting time.
I think take your roadmap, scrap that shit. No one gives a shit about 1943.
Nope.
1942. What is it? No, 1941 through 1943, right? Like, no one gives a shit about early war. I hate to say it. I know there's people out there that are like, "Oh, Raz, I love the early war."
That's not going to bring new players through the door. Is the thing.
That's
not going to bring your casual players in.
You come in, the next 6 months, you drop has to be 6 months. You cannot go longer than 6 months. You come in, you drop 3 maps, you drop the Pacific. You come in within the next 3 months and you fix console to where they have server browser.
I
That's what you
forget
do.
console exists a lot, and
That's
that's
what you
on me,
do.
guys. I'm
That's how you
sorry.
save hell loose.
That's a whole realm of hell loose that I don't know about.
You build the server browser for console in the next 3 months. The next 6 months you deliver
Yeah.
the Pacific with 3 new maps, full
Oh,
new
God.
faction. And like short term, you fucking just copy and paste the shit that you already have for the Americans right in there. Literally. All you do with the Shermans, you just paint them a different color, and you can't tell me that's hard because I know for a fact they have smart materials in there, so you can do camos in 2 seconds easily. First off. Second, you build a new the faction. You give them very basic shit. Like, do the same thing. Honestly, I know people are gonna hate me for this. Do the same thing you did for the British, but just make it work. Keep it super simple.
They have to do
The
that for
next,
they have to do that for everything. They have to.
you
It's not
can't you
it's not an
can't waste
option at
your
this point.
time like I'm gonna build this whole thing
Nope.
and like I'm gonna have a million. No, you just get it out there and you make it work. And then the next 6 months, yeah, you can add like trickle on, like, oh, there's this new tank. Oh, there's this new skin. Oh, there's this new outfit. Oh, maybe to add another couple guns every couple months, whatever the case is. That's how you save hell loose.
Yeah.
That's it. But
Yeah,
if you don't,
unfortunately,
if
you
you
know,
have
it's like
one map come out next year, and that's
No,
all
no.
you come out with next year, your game is
No,
dead
no.
in the next 12 months.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's not like we're sitting here like saying like this is all realistic shit. This is not stuff I like. All the stuff I want for this game, I'm accepting. I'm never gonna get tank overhaul. Yeah, fucking right, dude. Tanks are gonna be heavy meta until this game dies, and that's just the way it is.
But people will still
It's
play it. I still play
yeah.
it.
I still play it all.
Great.
It's my favorite game. It's all I
Get me
play.
more tanks that
Yeah,
just
yeah,
look cool.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Like
So it's
I
like
still
you like that's the thing is players need to accept it, the dev team needs to accept it, and they just need to sit down and fucking crank this shit out. Because this game is on, it's like it's not like this is a new game. This game is on the second half of its lifespan. It's like this game will die eventually. It's just a matter of when, not if now. Because it's been around for so long. It's just how games go. So they need to squeeze every bit of life they can get out of this game.
I
And
mean, what came out
yeah.
2019?
Yeah, I mean, it came out when the rushes came out, but yeah, it's been playable since like 2019.
So it's already like a good amount. Like it's on its last legs. Like honestly,
Yeah,
like
yeah. So they need to sit down. Like we've wasted a whole year for nothing with this game. It's like we just need to accept it for what it is. It's hell let loose. It's gonna be fucked up. It's not gonna be this mill sim that everyone wants. It's not gonna have all the details. And you just need to start fucking busting out the content, dude. You just gotta bust it out and get to down on it and really get going.
yeah. So I think that's how you save hell loose. Like, and if
Yeah.
you don't come out with 3 maps and potentially a new faction, you're done.
Yeah, because right now this team is incapable of doing what people ask for. I would be scared shitless to see how long it would take to get a tank overhaul in this game working properly. They can't even do vaulting. So
They added one tank. They've added one the Churchill that was already done.
Yeah.
Like,
So it's like
the Churchill
yeah.
turret was already in the game, so they just made a hole, and that's it.
Yeah. Changing the garrison meta, don't worry about it. I know I hate it a lot. It is what it is. Let's just stick with it. Let's just get to going.
Just
on the
move
new
forward.
game.
Yeah,
I'm over it. I'm over talking about this stuff. I'm over talking about what this game could be and what it can be. And it is what it is at this point, and that's all it's gonna be. So let's
Yeah.
get some fucking content going for it. Let's have some fun and let's enjoy the party while we still can.
I agree entirely. I mean, they have to bring something that brings players in, and it has to work. You can't have something that crashes your game every time you load it. That's how like Cyberpunk died originally. Like Cyberpunk was one of the most hated games ever because you could not fucking run the game at all.
Yeah,
The same. I don't care if it's an indie or not. The same standard is held. Like if you can't open your game, like there's this issue on console that people constantly ask me. This for the past like year or year and a half. That hey Raz, I get this issue where it's like I keep getting kicked from every single game. It started happening on PC. Like how? How is this happening?
Dude, I get the vibe.
You can't have that happen.
I get the vibe Black Matter brought this to console for an easy cash grab, and then Team 17 and Expression Games got it, and they're like, I don't know what the fuck to do with this. They're like, we don't know what to do with this. And that sucks for console players. You know, it is what it is. But at the same time, it's like, dude, God bless them for whoever plays this game on console. You know,
I mean,
it's like that's the struggle's real. I thought I have issues. No, dude, console hell loose players. You guys got the short end of the stick for sure.
yeah. And Jericho, yeah, more like Battlefield 2042. Yeah, that's right. Like it's just something that just crashes constantly. Like any game that crashes constantly is just
Yeah,
completely like that's just a basic quality control. Like
you can't have a game fight the player to get it going.
correct.
You
Like
can't have that. You
imagine
absolutely
new
cannot
players
have that.
coming in. Like new players
Yeah,
coming in, you have a game that's just fighting with you. Why the fuck should they waste their time
yeah,
playing a game that they can't even play? You shouldn't.
yeah.
You just shouldn't. So, I don't know. But that's our rant on Hella Loose. I don't know if there's anything else, any other hot
No,
takes you
no.
got.
We could sit here and talk about this whenever. Yeah, we
God,
could. Yeah,
yeah.
whenever he wants to come back and rant
Fucking
about
hell.
Hellas, we'll be here for you guys.
Yeah, but
Um,
yeah, I mean
yeah.
that's
I mean,
about
so
all I've got. I mean,
we'll
hopefully,
have some shit to talk about. I mean, as everyone knows, the layoffs coming to Team 17, maybe Expression Games are supposed to hit
yeah.
this month. So probably within the next week, we're gonna have a lot of info. I would if I could sit here and say if Expression Games and Team 17 is smart after those layoffs, they need to come out and reassure the player base that everything is good and they're working on it. Will they do that? I don't fucking know, but we'll see.
And
Yeah,
with Wombat Medic, like there is a petition out there. I don't know if one of my mods can post it here in the chat and
yeah,
pin it. That again, I don't know if this is necessarily like going to help her keep her job or not. But what it can do is basically she can use that as a reference on another job if she's trying to apply. We just need to show that like she's done a good job. I personally think she's done a good job. Fresh
oh,
thinks
yeah.
she's
Dude, you're an idiot if you think she hasn't. She's the
yeah.
best thing to happen to
Period.
help loose on the community scene.
So whatever we can
Hard
do to
stop.
help her out, like I highly, highly, highly suggest like we help her out. So if you haven't signed the petition to keep Wombat Medic, please support her. We'll go ahead and post that here in a second in the
Wait,
in the
I do have one
comments.
more thing to say because
Yeah.
I'm reading chat and I see Mandible talking about Vivox has also been shit this last patch. So fuck you, Vivox.
Dude,
All my
God.
homies hate Vivox.
Dude, I feel like it's not Vivox. I feel like it's not Vivox, man.
I don't know who it is, but they can suck a bag of dicks because that shit
Yeah.
sucks, dude. This game is fucking.
Oh, you know what I'd
I'm getting
love?
heated now.
You know what I'd love? I'd love to have Vivox come on to
Just
the
when you thought we were
on the
done, we're
podcast.
back.
I know. I would love to have Vivox on the podcast. If we could get someone.
Yeah, they're gonna be
someone
on here.
from
They're gonna have
Vivox.
fucking communication issues. Not gonna be able to talk to us. They don't know how the fucking shit works.
Their microphone doesn't work for the podcast. They're like,
Yeah.
like the
All right,
whole
I'm gonna
time.
leave it. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, but definitely we'll be back next week again, next Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern. This will be out on YouTube. If you guys like it, make sure to like and subscribe on YouTube. Also, we have it on Spotify. If you're here on Twitch, we're going to be playing some Hella Loose here in just a second. Again, we love Hella Loose. I can't stress it enough.
I love it so much.
It's just like a bad relationship at times. You have good, you have bad. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But we'll be back right after this doing some tanking, and I'll see you guys in a second. See you later. Be right back.